As I sit here, man, and I've been telling y'all all these stories, about some of the things that I went through in my life. Man, I know y'all be hearing, about this guy died and this guy died, shot, this, just police killed him, bam, Paco ran over police, just different stories that I tell y'all, man. And I don't know if y'all realize, but like, man, these women are losing a lot of sons.
Blindsided them folks. He blindsided them folks. These Heisman pose and whack everybody knows I say he blindsided them folks. He blindsided them folks. He blindsided them folks. Then took the hit of that coke. I say he blindsided them folks. He blindsided them folks. Did the Heisman pose then blindsided them.
As I sit here, man, and I've been telling y'all all these stories, about some of the things that I went through in my life, along with some of my friends, family members, and stuff. And in a lot of these stories, man, I know y'all be hearing, about this guy died and this guy died. Not too much, females, but more of the friends and the friends of the friends and the ops, and, all these folks dying, and he died, and you know, Mace, car wreck, trapped in the pole, car catch fire, main shot, head, bam, shot, this, just police killed him, bam, Paco ran over police, just different stories that I tell y'all, man. And I don't know if y'all realize, but like, man, these women are losing a lot of sons. All these guys and these stories I'm bringing y'all and all this stuff, man. These are sons, black men, but sons of these women that's bringing us up, man. And, just thinking about it, man, I think that there's more mourning mothers in the world than than anything, man. I'm talking about, if you think about, if you was outside of the planet and you can look down at it and hear the cries of mothers, man, it will blow you. I'm talking about, you will hear that more than anything, man. And like, of their sons. That I'm being, strategically on one thing. Their sons, man. You'll hear you hear daughters, nephews, you hear all that. But you're gonna hear mourning prayers and cries of mothers for their sons than anything, man. I don't care if it was the streets or war or car accident or whatever, man. But if y'all think about it, man, these mothers across the world are in so much pain. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we have to change about it, man. And this is somebody that like came up in the streets doing these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Robbing for money and just doing all this stuff, man. And my mother herself lost her son. And I think about all these stories, thinking about that last night, bro. I was thinking about that. Like, that would make me bring this story. I said, I got a special one for y'all, man. I said, man, you know what, man? It's so many mothers that done lost their sons. And it's so much pain, bro. I just think about the tears fill this ground. More from a lion, from a badger to us. It's going to be the mothers for their sons, man. And like, I don't even, I just thought about it. I don't even know how to, like, how would you, like, how would we say, have more daughters? I mean, you know, it's just so sad. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's the only thing I thought about, man. I really, just wanted to bring y'all that thought, man. I don't know if other people think about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if other people think about this, man, or whatnot, man, but you know, a mother who carried her child. You know, we she carry boys, girls, all that. But a mother who carried her son, man. You know, she have 3, 4 armor just like, but a mother who carried her son, and then to lose him, to lose another one, just however it goes, you know, happen all across the world, you know. And I think that, and not saying anything different than a child is a child. You know, she lose her daughter, she lose her son, she lost a child. I'm talking about which one weighed the most here. What I'm talking about is how much more they cry for their dead sons. You know what I'm saying? And how many more it is than anything else, man. Just something that I think about it, and, you know, like I say, it makes me sad, man. And like I said, I don't know, like, how could you help that situation? You know what I'm saying? And of course, when you start doing the numbers on it, the statistics on it, and all that stuff, of course, it's gonna go to the blacks. You know, with the numbers being more, it's gonna fall down to black on black crime, and it's gonna fall into the urban neighborhood when you do the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, well, you know, since we're doing the numbers, maybe that's where we need to start at. You know, all this is coming to my head while I'm just talking to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that where we need to start at then. You know what I'm saying? And we see so much. This is me that actually come from it. I be like, you know, come from it. I know there's a lot of homies out there that come from it deeper than me. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying I come from it. You know what I'm saying? And I see all the organizations, from the boys club to this, to that, to this. Then you got, you know, different people from T.I. to Mike Tyson to anybody, man. Justin Timberlake, everybody have these foundations. They give money and they help, and they do help. And these boys clubs, these things do help, and they save so many lives. I know. But it seems like we lose more than what we save, y'all. I'm not lying. It show it. The numbers show it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that we could do more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, let's just say it's in the world or whatever. It's 1,000 boys clubs, right? With everybody in the world, man, from T.I. to you know what I'm saying, Gucci to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just naming because, you know, them home team and they here, you know, whatever. But I'm really just naming anybody, man, that like successful doing their thing, whatever, man. Like, let's just say 1,000 bars clubs in the United States. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like 10,000 because each artist, like him, they can fund it. It's themselves. Just one. Just keeping it real. That's how you start, man. I think that it's supposed to be more given. That's, you know, because if there's more, then you can help more. And that's just food for thought, man. Because there's no way that, you know, we have these non-profit organizations and they helping people, and you know, you got T.I. He gave 100,000 to this organization. Or you got Rick Ross, he just gave 200,000 to this organization. You know what I'm saying? You got these different people, Pink, whoever, you know what I'm saying, giving to these different organizations. And what really come out of it? I don't know, man. You know, you got, you know, I don't know, man. I just don't know. You know, you got that homeless stuff. You know, these people all downtown, and I don't know if it's the people. I don't know if it's the people. I don't know if this homeless guy right here, if you were to take him right now, Get him a nice apartment, set him up, nice apartment, furnish it, pay the bills up for 2 years. Food it out. Give him a card for the next year to pay for all his food, and then get him employed right here at this gas station, gas car wash. Nothing that the big anything in your organization, but something where you don't have it ain't big. It just what I'm saying, right? He work at this gas station. Um, um, he do the stop at the QT. You know what I'm saying? He coming up for 6 hours or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He work at his car wash. People that connection that like that. Will he be fucked up if is he on drugs and he just go geek up on the money and there's a crack house now? I know all that plays a factor and things too. But you got to start somewhere, and you can't start up here. Up here, I know, like I say, you do have great nonprofit organizations and foundations and things that do great things. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. That's where you don't start there. You start at the bottom. Reason why I know, because that's where I came from. And that's where you start at the bottom. You can't start in between. You can't start at the top. You got to start at the bottom. You got to come in. You have to, get these 20 people. And think about it. All this stuff, like 20 people, apartment for a year, groceries for a year, all that stuff, that's money. Yeah. No different than if you go give 100,000 to this organization to help people, a whole bunch of them, just whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? Go buy a whole bunch of clothes and, I don't know. But I think that you get these 20 individuals, how many ever, your budget or whatever, but you get them, you house them, you feed them, you set it up for them. Because some people be so far in the hole, y'all, that they need help to get out. And they can fly straight if they out the hole. But in the hole, they can't do, as much as they mind and, their body will let them do. So sometimes some people have to be helped out of the hole to fly straight. You know what I'm saying? So you get them 20, man, and you go set them up and you put them in the house and you give them that food and you set them up with a job, man, to continue living. And see how they work out of the whole 20, everything ain't gonna go how it's planned and like that. So out of the whole 20, them fell off. It was a waste of money, you say, but it wasn't. You got 3 that survived and did good. And then you just keep doing it until now when you got 20 going in, you got 20 coming out straight. And then you just got to just keep going until you die. You just keep helping at the strongest point. And the strongest point is starting at the bottom, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how we stop these black men, these sons of these mothers from dying, man. You know what I'm saying? And the homeless thing was just an example of targeting it at the base. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're dealing with the younger generation and the future, they need more than a boys club. And we talking about, the ones that's coming up, but they won't deter that way. You know what I'm saying? So we looking at more than a boys club. We looking at, like, you know what I'm saying, some real positioning, some real financial help for these mothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, it's no shots. I hope nobody don't get offended, because like this is not this type of show. You know what I'm saying? Everything that is of God and is good. So if I go over here and give everybody some new sneakers to wear, 50 pair of sneakers, that don't have sneakers or less fortunate to buy sneakers, that's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, saying anything. So, we're talking about like, turkeys or food and stuff like that. Man, that's wonderful. And these are things that some of these people are less fortunate to have, and they wouldn't have because of, you have people that great hearts to use their money, go out and buy, 1,500 turkeys, 1,500 pair of shoes, 1,500 coats, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good. It's of good nature. It's good nature. God like that. So all that is fine. But we need more than that. You know what I'm saying? We need more than that. Like, give them the turkeys and then find out more about them. Like I said, you have to hit it at the base. Find out more about them. See why they need these turkeys. And what you can do to help them where they won't need, again, they'll be in a position where they will be okay. That's how you get to the base of it, man. You have to go inside, and it's always good to give, like I say. So, I'm with that. But like, if you, what they say about like leading a horse or showing a person how to fish, you know what I'm saying? And that is an old saying. It's not about showing them how to fish. All that is good. Put that in. That's all in the same category. But we are so in modern days now. It's not about just showing them how to fish. Won't you give them a boat? When you show them how to fish, give them a boat. Put some fish already on their boat. Do this and that for the boat, so when they sell off, they will be fine. That's how I look at it, man. That's how it is. You have to hit it from the base.
Out of that hole, cock his drink, go back and let go. Somebody start running, and somebody hit the floor. Everybody gon' know that everybody can't go.